We call this segment Friend or Fraud, and very simply put, we are going to decide, give you our opinion, whether this person who's in the news, for whatever reason, is a friend or a fraud. A fraud being someone who claims to be one thing, but they're just a fraud. They're really not that person, like Tiger Woods, like Mark McGwire maybe. A friend is very simply Norm from Cheers, a guy you want to have a beer with. So the subject of this week's Friend or Fraud, Tom, and you can give your answer or opinion right away, I'll leave it up to you first, is Matt Leinart. New quarterback, new starting quarterback of the Houston Texans, now that the 7-3 Texans, who are the talk of the AFC, have gone down with Matt Schaub, who's out for the rest of the year, their quarterback. Matt Leinart gets another chance to prove that he belongs in the NFL. Friend or fraud, Matt Leinart?
Oh, he's a friend, okay? He's West Coast. He's easygoing. He enjoys a good hot tub, maybe a cocktail, maybe hanging out with the ladies. There's nothing wrong with that, Stearns. He's also a pretty damn good football player, okay? And that's one of your problems, okay? Frankly, I don't mean to come across so frank, but Stearns, he is a successful quarterback in the NFL. I mean, he has not lost. He has not lost a game in over 2 years, Stearns, and you know it. Look
that makes whoa. That makes it. He was the 10th pick in the 2006 draft. He's been in the league for over 5 years now. He was handed the job. Kurt Warner beat him out for the job and resurrected his career. He's thrown 14 touchdowns and 20 interceptions in the 29 games that he's played. By the way, when he got put into the starting job in Arizona, he had Anquan Boldin and Larry Fitzgerald as wide receivers, and he still couldn't make it, and the Cardinals cut him. And he's a successful quarterback in the NFL? What are you talking about?
Wow, he lost out to Kurt Warner. Gee, a first ballot Hall of Famer, maybe one of the top 4 quarterbacks of all time.
Kurt Warner's not a Hall of Famer.
Oh, God. Oh, Stearns, that's another subject. That's for another day.
Kurt Warner is a guaranteed Hall of Famer.
Oh, he's a guaranteed Hall of Famer. He is do they do ballots in the NFL? I don't know if they do or not, but he should be in the Hall of Fame right now. There should be.
All right, you're agreeing? Are you being facetious?
No, Stearns. For what Kurt Warner did to get the St. Louis Rams and the Arizona Cardinals into the Super Bowl single-handedly,
okay,
they should build a freaking wing for him tomorrow. But Matt Leinart, you can look this up, Stearns. I love you love the stat, okay? You love stats. Matt Leinart has not lost a game in over 2 years, okay? That is a fact, Stearns. And if you need a guy to take you down the stretch, who better than Matt Leinart? He's going to keep things loose he'll keep things loose on off days. I mean, if anybody's having any marital problems, he can come over to the hot tub. He's a friend, Stearns. He's a friend.
All right,
he played for a great USC head coach, Pete Carroll, who went to the University of Pacific as well. Stearns. I did it! Stearns, I think he's a natural right-hander. He throws left-handed just for style points.
That's fine. And we're showing some of the images from the keg parties with the co-eds, and look, I'm all for that. He's fine. He's a young guy. I know he also had a kid out of wedlock with an ex-USC athlete, and he actually broke up with her before she had the baby, and now he sees her once in a while and supports her. Great father figure. And I'm not even getting into the fact that he's more famous for being on Punk'd, Desperate Housewives, Hell's Kitchen, Jim Rome, Jimmy Kimmel, and by the way, most appropriately named The Biggest Loser, than he is for what he's done in his NFL career. You want to call him a friend, a guy you want to have a beer with? I know you spent hot tub time with him, Tom, so that's fine. You know him better than me. From afar, he's a fraud, in my opinion.
Okay, I've got something I was efforting, and I want to show it to you in next week's show if I don't get it today.
Is it you and Leinart in the hot tub?
Worse. This is 5 or 6 years ago at one of our launch parties for the magazine, and Matt was there. It was an athlete. You know, athletes love to hang out at our events. They were the best events in the history of Phoenix as far as fun parties. But anyway, we did this big launch party, and so there was a lot of athletes there. And we did a photo. It was me and my wife Shonda and Matt, and we get the photo back, and I go to Shonda. We look at it. I go, Shonda, what the hell is this? I mean, I look like a drunk bum, and you two look like the married couple. She's all nuzzled up inside Matt's arm.
And this is a friend of yours? And you call him a friend, and he's nuzzling up to your wife.
That's why. No. Stearns, I think you misunderstood me. It was my wife nuzzling up to her.
Oh, so you get
guilty party.
So we're not going to do the Shonda Zenner friend or fraud. No. We're not going there. Neither one of us can win.
Someone send me this photo, but you know what? Matt's a good guy. He's made some mistakes along the way. I think he knows it, and I think he wants to show that he's not a joke of an NFL quarterback.
Let's be honest. This is his last chance. He's now been given the reins of another team. They're 7-3. They're a team that has been questioned forever. Are they always going to be 500? Are they ever going to make it to the playoffs? The only thing he can do is screw this up. He's 7-3. I mean, he's got to play at least competitive football. He's got two of the best running backs in the league behind him in Arian Foster and this kid Tate. He's got Andre Johnson coming back from injury. I mean, the pressure is all on this kid right now. All he can do is screw this up.
Yeah, I'd say yes and no. I'd say there's less pressure because he doesn't have to do it himself. Okay, one thing you didn't mention is a great defense. They have one of the best defenses.
Right, so all the blame is going to go on him if they don't win.
If you want to resurrect a career, rejuvenate yourself, and get some credibility, Stearns, this is a great opportunity for him. But you're right. This is his chance to seize the moment and show that he belongs as a starting quarterback. If he can't get it done now, he'll never get another chance as a starter. But I don't think there's as much pressure on him because he doesn't have to do as much that other quarterbacks would have to in this system. Plus, he's been there almost 3 years. He knows the offense. I think the only thing that screws this up is Kubiak. I am not sold on him as a head coach. We'll see what happens. As long as Matt doesn't try to get beyond himself. Short completions. Use your skills. Use your talents. Use your tools. Andre Johnson, your running game. Let the defense win. Okay? He has a chance to set himself up here, Stearns, as a guy that's, could give himself a huge contract. Could be a starter again with somebody else. But there could be controversy. What if he does very well and then Schaub is healthy at the end of the year? Then they have a decision to make. So it's going to be fun to watch. It's one of the storylines to really keep your eye out.